All right, good morning, folks. What's up? What's up? Get this audio going here. Got a big show today. Everybody, welcome. Good morning. It is September 19th. It's Monday. More importantly, it's episode 200 of the Daily Cyber Threat Briefing brought to you by Simply Cyber. Super pumped, guys. 200 episodes. It's pretty wild, pretty unbelievable. I've got some special stuff for you later on in the show. But first, let me introduce myself. I'm your host, Dr. Gerald Auger. And over the next 45 minutes, I'll be delivering the top cybersecurity news stories of the day and providing expert analysis on each of those stories on what it means to you as a practitioner, or if you're looking to break into the industry. You're not going to just break in. You're going to, like Kool-Aid Man style, through the wall into the industry. But before we give you all that ammunition to Kool-Aid Man through a wall, shout out and thanks to this stream sponsors, Barricade Cyber Solution and Recon InfoSec. Guys, Barricade Cyber Solutions is dedicated to helping businesses from cyber attacks and recover from the damage done. Cyber attacks can cause massive issues for businesses and send dedicated, hardworking business owners into turmoil. We're talking tummy troubles, people, but Barricade Cyber Solution knows how to mitigate the damage done by cyber incidents. Check them out at barricadecyber.com. And this isn't just for posh businesses either, right? Any business that doesn't have a plan for serious incident response should consider just setting up a call with Eric Taylor over at Barricade Cyber just to have a conversation about what if, right? Now, also, my man's over at Recon InfoSec, man and women, because we are 21st century people, right? Thank you, Recon InfoSec. Listen, if your organization is large enough to have real cybersecurity concerns, but maybe not quite large enough to have a full-fledged SecOps capability from the ground up, check out the Managed Detection and Response, MDR, offering from Recon InfoSec. Their offering includes the people, the process, the technology, the full stack needed to deliver full-spectrum security operations to organizations of any size. Thanks again to both of those wonderful businesses that I am proud to say that Simply Cyber is aligned with. I want to remind you, if you hold professional certifications that require CPE, such as CISP, CISA, CISM, each episode of the Daily Cyber Threat Briefing is worth half a CPE, so 2.5 a week, 10 a month. Be sure to document literally the easiest, and I would argue the most enjoyable way to earn CPEs. Just say what's up in chat. Hashtag team live in chat. Hashtag team replay if you're on replay in chat. Tell us where you're from, what you got going on this week, how excited you are. 200 episodes. Whatever it is, you will be burned into the show permanently and forensically sound for posterity, and any auditor can come back and see that you were here. Now, I would also advise you to not do half a CPE every single day in your certification management platform. You should do, like, stack it, right? So, like, maybe once a month. Really, if it was me, I'd do it once a quarter and just say, hey, 40 CPEs, Simply Cyber, January 1st through whatever, March 31st. Boom, mic drop, and we're done. Hey, Tom Pike, good to see you here. Guys, if you're live, love it. I see so many of you, so many, old friends, new friends, so many people from the Simply Cyber community. I am just blown away. Thank you so much, you all. Hashtag team live if you're here live with us. It's great to see so many. Nick Barker getting up on the West Coast. Professor Black Ops, Angel Perez. I see you guys. Joel Belton, Kimberly, Carrie, Tom Bishop. So many of you have been here for the journey. When I get to the halfway point and do the ad read and stuff like that, I've got a special little 200th episode thing. But if you want to just jump to the news, if you're on replay, if this is your first time here, or you're listening on the audio podcast, you can just jump ahead time-wise, because for the next 2 minutes, I'm going to be having pleasantries, sipping on coffee, talking with my friends here in chat, and then we're going to be able to jump into the news. Guys, real quick too, just a reminder, since I'm still launching this new project, if you did not get your 3 actionable items in your inbox this morning, check your spam filter, make sure that you signed up, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, once a week, every single Monday, I email whoever signs up onto this list 3 actionable items that they can do immediately to deliver value to their organization. One is for end users, one is for their peers, and one is for executives. And I literally spell it out. It can't be any more explicit and succinct. It's here's what it is and here's what you need to do in all bold font. All right. I think it's a wonderful email. If you get value from the email and chat, please holler at me. If you want to sign up, do ! newsletter in chat to get my bots to send you a the URL to it. All right, guys, 200 episodes. I can't wait. We got a huge day on the Threat Gen said. This is the week of the Red versus Blue Cyber League. Very excited about that. Oh, thank you so much, Scott Munez. Glad you're loving the newsletter. Hey, Munchkin, glad you're loving that newsletter. Axiom Brevity, good morning to you. Hey, Matthew Dimmick, always nice to see you. Oh, nice. All right, hey, look at this. Paul Williams becoming a member. Thanks, Paul Williams, for joining the squad. Enjoy those emotes. Oh, I'm going to be by the way, I forgot to do it before the show started. You know how Mondays are, right? I'm going to be adding the, you are so dumb. For real, you are dumb. I'm going to be adding that emote and sound bumper to the show. Thanks, Gregor. I'm glad that you love the email. Omatola, good morning to you. Oh my God, got the coffee strong this morning, y'all. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I know some of you had to work over the weekend in socks and stuff like that. Hopefully you're going to get some time to rest and relax and recharge the batteries. Today we've got a big one. Oh, Leonardo, I hope you're safe, my friend. I saw a radar map picture. I don't know if you're in Puerto Rico or not, but I saw a map that looked like a joke. Just the eye of the storm just going towards Puerto Rico. Hey, Jeremy Williams, welcome. It's good to see you, my friend. Hide your kids, that's right. Oh, man. Oh, all right, guys. Let's dig into the news. We got a lot to cover and got to stay on our 45 minutes, right? Here we go.
From the CISO
Hold on.
series,
I know the audio's janky.
Security headlines.
It's Monday, September 19th, 2022. Uber says there is no evidence that users' private information was compromised. Uber has provided an update regarding the recent security breach of its internal computer systems and is stating that, quote, "We have no evidence that the incident involved access to sensitive user data like trip history," end quote. All the services provided by the company, including Uber Eats, Freight, and the Uber Driver app, remain operational. However, the company has not revealed details about the attack, and several experts believe that it downplayed the incident and has no clear idea about the depth of the intrusion.
Yeah, you think? Oh my God. Okay, so a couple things that have come out with this hack, right, that have developed. All right, so first of all, when I first heard about this hack, and this hasn't been confirmed as far as I know, but it's being there's high confidence in this. When I first heard about this hack in private DM or like some of these group chats I have with other professionals, the very first thing I said was, this hacker is so brash, I have to assume it's a teenager. Like, guys, if you don't know this, like, you'll see it. Lapsus was an excellent example. It typically, sophisticated threat actors, like adults, whatever, criminals, they will be, they don't want to get caught, or they will be kind of the brag, but they'll do it for a specific purpose, like dropping screenshots to prove that they got the data, or dropping, a few records to show they have the data set, right? Teenagers typically are way more brash. They'll say like, oh, I got your creds, or what, you know what I mean? Like they'll rub your face in it. They'll be very like not high EQ, basically. They don't control their emotions very well. And it like, you can see it in like the way the hackers are talking, just the way that they're doing it, boasting and bragging. Anyway, so it seems like it was a lone wolf teenager who did this. This is what I'm hearing right now. Now, Uber says that there's no evidence. Now, Uber is a publicly traded company as far as I know, and I haven't even looked at their stock. Maybe we pull their stock up in a second, or someone in chat pulls it up. But listen, they had this breach 2 years ago where they tried to sweep it under their rug, and their former chief security officer is being charged with 2 felonies right now for that decision. Okay, so now there's no public trust as far as I'm concerned in believing what Uber has to say. Now, the fact that they're saying no user's private information was compromised, that's a pretty definitive statement. You're saying literally, we have no evidence to support users' private information was compromised. If you read between the lines there, what I would read is you don't have any evidence one way or the other. You don't know if it's been breached or not because you don't have anything. You don't know. Like, yeah, we have no evidence of it. Yeah, try to prove a negative, my friend. That's what I'm getting out of the Uber story. If you saw what the hacker got, they had access to everything. They had access to the Google, to the Amazon, to the Slack, to the internal resources. I think they got into AD, right? They had access to everything. So the fact that they didn't have access to personal information, private information, I find that to be laughable. Laughable. Like, I would bet an amount of money that matters to me that they did get access. And I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying I'm excited about it. What I'm saying is, given all of the things that Uber had in place and all the things that this guy got his hands on, you really expect me to believe that you took the private information of users and you had that all locked up and tightly packaged and compartmentalized over here? Well, all of your systems, all of your source code, all of the things that actually make you money, Uber, were not properly secured? Come on, man. Get off that. Bump that noise. Are you serious? So, anyways, this is obviously developing story. I feel like this is crisis management 101 right here. This is managing a hot, like, dumpster fire emote. This is spin as far as I'm concerned, right? They can say it with confidence. There's no evidence that private information was compromised because they don't have any evidence. Okay? Maybe private information wasn't compromised, but I find it difficult to believe that that is the case. Plus, yeah, anyways, let's keep it to 45 minutes. I could just flip out nicely about this one for a longer period of time.
LastPass says hackers accessed its systems for just 4 days. Password management software provider LastPass has announced in an update published last week that the August security incident allowed the attackers to access its systems for, quote, just 4 days, end quote. LastPass says it hasn't found any evidence that the malicious actors accessed any customer data or encrypted password vaults. This, they stated, is because, first, the LastPass development environment is physically separated from and has no direct connectivity to the production environment. Secondly, the development environment does not contain any customer data or encrypted vaults. And thirdly, LastPass does not have any access to customers' master passwords. They also believe the threat actor utilized their persistent access to impersonate the developer once the developer had successfully authenticated using multi-factor authentication.
Okay. I don't know if CISO Series did this on purpose today, but because of this story, we are able to compare and contrast. LastPass says that end user information, private information, was not accessed by the hacker in this LastPass breach. You know what? I believe that. I have high confidence that end user data was not compromised. And as much of a joke as I just made about Uber compartmentalizing the private data and like that's how they protected it, and then I did the laugh track, LastPass, this is legit. Like, if you lose your master password, LastPass can't help you. You're screwed. I personally used to use years ago I used LastPass and I forgot my master password and I had to go through all the pain of getting a new LastPass and doing all of that. Like, I know for a fact that they can't unlock your stuff. So because of that, when they say, hey, like, we have high confidence that your stuff wasn't accessed, I believe them. Now, the second thing, I believe that only end user passwords weren't compromised. They definitely have a sales department. They definitely have a marketing department. They definitely have a data science department of some capacity that is definitely looking at conversion rates of potential clients, businesses that they're targeting, markets they're going into. And that probably does have usernames, email addresses, contact information, revenue numbers or projections. So that information may have been compromised. So to say no human information was compromised is not entirely true if I had to guess. The second thing that is worth noting is that they run a completely, like the way a software company should. They have a full dev environment, a full test environment, a full prod environment, and they roll through them. And it looks like they actually do a good job of compartmentalizing those environments to prevent Carl to prevent Carl from pushing changes into prod that aren't vetted, or some junior engineer or whatever who's like just trying to like jam something in before the weekend, not thinking that you don't push to production on Friday. That's one of the IT 10 commandments that if you learn either the easy way because somebody gray tells you, or you learn the hard way by doing it. So anyways, long story short, by the way, the final thing I'll say, I'm kind of on the fence about this. It says just 4 days. Guys, do you want like a burglar in your house just for 4 days? Does that make you feel good? No. Like, come on, man. 4 days is still full compromise. But I say that. However, I do want to be fair. We used to go from dwell times being how long a threat actor's in your environment before you discover them. We used to have dwell times north of like 500 days, right? The Anthem breach, if you ever heard of Anthem, the healthcare company, sophisticated threat actors got into Anthem and compromised everything. They were in there for like 200 days, 300 days. So I will say just 4 days is actually pretty good, but anything above 0 is not good. So, kind of, I don't know, choose your own adventure here, guys. They're saying just 4 days because it used to be wicked bad, and now it's not so bad. Oh, by the way, one other like bonus tip thing. Security vendors right now will say like, oh, we've crushed dwell time from 350 days down to just 2 days on average. Look at how awesome we are, security company, right? Or industry. Guys, if any vendor ever throws that noise at you, tell them you want to see the numbers with ransomware filtered out of the metrics. And they're not going to be able to do it. But my point is, ransomware, bad guys get on your box and immediately they notify you that they're there. And they're counting that towards dwell time, which completely skews the numbers because security vendors aren't detecting the threat actors. The threat actors are announcing themselves. And that skews this whole dwell time number that used to be a real metric in our industry. And now it's all screwed up.
NETGEAR routers impacted by fun JSQ module flaw. Researchers at security and compliance assessment firm OneKey warn of an arbitrary code execution via fun JSQ, a third-party module developed by Xiamen Zhenwang Network Technology for online game acceleration, and which impacts multiple NETGEAR router models. There are two key issues, one related to an insecure update mechanism being tracked as CVE 2022-40620, the other an unauthenticated command injection flaw tracked as 40619. Combined, these can lead to arbitrary code execution from the WAN interface, reads the analysis published by OneKey.
Okay, I'm trying to like pick this apart. I mean, obviously, great job by the researchers at this company for discovering these vulnerabilities. Guys, I'll probably never, unless I made a focused effort, I'll probably never have a CVE associated with me. But in cybersecurity, like it's on my bucket list of like life goals, having a CVE is awesome. It is awesome to have a CVE. It means that you discovered a vulnerability that had never been discovered before, and you were able to, hopefully responsibly disclose it to the vendor, get it fixed. Maybe, you're doing good work for the community, right? People are able to patch their stuff. No one's getting taken advantage of. This one, I don't really get it too much. I mean, it sounds like you can compromise this router and then run arbitrary code, but it's not super obvious how to do it. You might have to chain a couple things together. The TLDR here is typically NETGEAR is for like residential use or small business, like small business. You don't typically see NETGEAR in commercial enterprise environments. So if you're running either these NETGEAR devices, the R series, it looks like, which probably stands for residential, by the way, or these Orbi Wi-Fi systems, you may want to just patch. I mean, it sounds like an obscure kind of bug, this fun JSQ, which is a third-party, plug-in type thing that helps with gaming. So patch your stuff. This is kind of a, whatever. It does, although I will say this is a great example. You might want to bookmark this. This is a great example of kind of supply chain concerns, right? So you have these NETGEAR routers. It's not a bug with NETGEAR. It's a bug with this third-party plugin that the NETGEAR router leverages. So nobody at NETGEAR made this mistake. Nobody at NETGEAR, caused any issues. It's this plugin. So somebody at NETGEAR decided to use the plugin instead of developing their own, which happens all the time in software development. You're taking on that code base's responsibilities and risk and all that. So obviously NETGEAR patched some kind of workaround on it, but really the third-party plugin should be fixed, but it's probably some open source software package, and you can't really demand anyone fix it because they're volunteers typically.
Phone thefts reveal significant 2FA
Thanks, Elizabeth
flaw.
Perry.
A rash of thefts at UK gyms and health clubs is revealing a key flaw in how iPhone customers keep their bank accounts and money safe. The theft in and around London involved an individual stealing phones and bank cards from gym lockers.
Scumbag.
Once they have the phones and the cards, the thief registers the bank card on the relevant bank's app using their own phone or computer. Since it is the first time that the card will have been used on this new device, a one-off security passcode is demanded. That verification passcode is sent by the bank to the victim's stolen phone, which then flashes up on its locked screen, allowing the thief to enter it into their own device. Once accepted, the thief gets full control of the bank account. Experts are recommending that gym goers never leave their valuables in their locker and consider disabling the show notifications option on their phones.
Okay, so yes, this is all true. First of all, if we could collectively find this individual and then half of us hold him down while the other half, slap him around or whatever. I don't want to be super abusive or anything like that. But dude, you're going in people's lockers and stealing their phones and their wallets. Like, you suck. Like, you suck. But by the way, you probably should use a lock when you go to the gym. But man, people suck. So anyways, this actually is kind of a clever attack. Threat actor basically gets your credit card, gets your phone, and then they register their phone as a new device on your bank account, and it sends a verification to your existing phone, which the threat actor now has, and then they could put your wallet and your phone back into your locker. And they now have a device that also is able to access your bank account. Okay. What a scumbag. So anyways, the advice that they say here is twofold. One, don't leave your stuff laying around. That's obviously a best practice. And two, this is one of those blends between like usability and security, and you have to make the decision for yourself, but it is worth making people aware of it. Basically, if your phone has notifications, text messages sent to a lock screen, which many of us do, I do, right? Look, like, here's a calendar invite for daily cyber threat briefing, right? I mean, it's not a text message, but you get it. It'll pop up a multi-factor code, right? Or a one-time password. And that's what the criminal's doing. So if the phone is locked, and you don't have that notification show up, then the threat actor can't execute the full attack. It is what it is. I mean, it sucks. It sucks, but that's how you would protect against that. Obviously, keep your eyes open for fraudulent charges on your bank account. Obviously, lock your valuables up. Whatever. Come on, humanity. Like, what are we doing here? All right, let's do the read.
And now, thanks to today's episode's sponsor, 6clicks. 6clicks has pioneered a unique hub-and-spoke architecture to underpin its AI-powered GRC solution and cater to markets requiring scalable, multi-tenanted GRC. This model enables organizations to deploy multiple autonomous GRC entities connected to a single hub for roll-up reporting, management, and visibility. For more information, visit 6clicks.com/CISO series. That's the number 6, CLICKS.com/CISO series.
All right, let's do our little read here really quickly. Let's do our read, guys. 200 episodes. I don't normally do this, so if you're new here, we do this every 200 episodes, I suppose. Guys, I want to thank all of you. Just spend a quick second sharing a couple things about the last 200 episodes. Really quick, okay? So please bear with me. Again, if you're here just for the news, jump ahead. Okay, guys, I just want to take you on a little journey, right? This is the original promo card for the Daily Cyber Threat Briefing. If you're really OG, it was called First Things First, and then someone was like, what does that even mean? And I was like, I should be more descriptive. Daily Cyber Threat Briefing, because that's exactly what it is. You can see December 6, 2021 was the first day we did it. For those 40 people that showed up that day, thank you so much. Obviously, we evolved a little bit. The promo card started changing. We kept First Things First. My big head got a little bigger. And then it is what it is today, right? This guy right here. Got some sponsors. Barricade Cyber came on about 6 months ago. Appreciate that. Eric Taylor, Recon InfoSec just coming on recently. We covered some huge stories, guys. Huge stories. Ukraine, cyber war. We talked quite a bit about that. That happened. Log4j. Guys, Log4j dropped on December 17th or 7th. I started First Things First on December 6th. So, like, literally hot right out the gate. Right out the gate, the internet was on fire. This is fine. Emote would be appropriate here. We've done the show from multiple different locations. Here I am in Las Vegas. Many of you were here. We watched the sunrise together. I got up at 5 a.m. to feel the burn of my West Coast people. Did it at my in-laws' house, right? We remember this. I had the lights, the dogs in the background. Team Replay got represented up in there, and then obviously the studio where we're rolling right now. We've had some great guest hosts over the time. Ms. Jack Scott was a guest host. Appreciate her. She did great work. Josh Mason, I don't know if you guys know, my man Josh Mason has guest hosted the Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Briefing. And of course, all of you know my man, Barricade Cyber's own CEO and regular guest host, Eric Taylor, bringing the heat when I need help. And I genuinely appreciate all three of these individuals bringing it to keep the show going. Simply Cyber's Daily Cyber Threat Briefing is much bigger than me, y'all. It's bigger than me. So anyways, also we've got Grayson Joke of the Day and Worldwide Wednesday. We've got a couple of things. We've got Carl, right? So much has evolved, and we're always just picking the best of and continuing to move forward with each of those. I just wanted to show you some metrics too. This is the first episode. We had 248 views. This is lifetime since I put this on December 6th, and then this is just last week. So just a couple days ago, we had 600 views. So this is lifetime, and this is just a few days old. So you can see, I mean, it's nearly tripled in viewership. You guys know it. You're here every day, bringing the knowledge, bringing the community, bringing the inclusion, sharing with each other, building each other up. And, yeah, let's do 200 more episodes, guys. And let's keep pushing it. I'm, like, getting emotional here. I'm really, really proud of it. All right, let's roll.
Google and Microsoft can get your passwords via web browsers spell check.
Thank you, everybody.
Extended spell check features in Google Chrome and Microsoft Edge web browsers transmit form data, including PII, and in some cases passwords, to Google and Microsoft, respectively. This occurs with Chrome's enhanced spell check or Microsoft Editor when manually enabled by the user. Josh Summit, co-founder and CTO of JavaScript security firm Auto-JS, suggests this is or should be of significant concern for companies. In a demonstration, he showed how, with enhanced spell check enabled and assuming the user tapped Show Password, form fields including username and password are transmitted to Google at googleapis.com.
Yeah. Think about it, guys. Okay, think about it for a hot minute, y'all. Think about it for a hot minute, and my apologies for this thing getting cut off. I don't know what's up with my overlay here or whatever. But anyways, guys, anytime you type in your password into a form field, right, you're typing it in. If you're running, and I mean no disrespect, no judgment, but if you're running something like Grammarly, right, which is well known, if you're typing something in and it's immediately telling you, oh, like it could be cleaned up or your password's not strong, that means that it knows what you have typed. It's like literally a keystroke logger. That's what it is. It's a keystroke logger. This is what threat actors and criminals use all the time to steal your passwords. Keystroke logging. It's writing down what you're typing and then sending it off to a server controlled by the other party. In this case, big tech, but it might as well be a C2 infrastructure controlled by an advanced persistent threat actor because you're typing in your password. Now, they say, hey, we're not stealing your password. We're not stealing your creds and all that. But again, guys, come on. Like, first of all, that's very righteous of you. But at the end of the day, it's still there. You know, it just takes one bad actor to insider threat it or get access to the databases and stuff like that. Ripley, hey, Ripley, stop. So you got to be mindful of that, guys. Any plugin that you have, any app you have that is like looking at your password, you've got to be mindful of. By the way, obviously best practices, don't reuse passwords, good password strength, multi-factor authentication, etc. So these are all the things. At the end of the day, guys, I don't want to sound like a tinfoil hat kind of guy, but like we in the United States have like capitalism surveillance right now, right? Like big tech knows a lot of stuff about us and what we're typing and where we are. And, you know, passwords, again, we assume righteous intention. They're trying to help us have stronger passwords. But at the end of the day, it's a keystroke logger. That's what it is. And we don't like those in our environment, right?
Cybersecurity startup launches mobile app to protect against phishing attacks.
Why is it like that?
Cybersecurity startup NovoShield has launched an enterprise-grade mobile security application designed to protect users from mobile phishing threats. Released this week for iPhones via the US and Israeli Apple app stores, NovoShield's namesake app detects malicious websites in real time and blocks users from accessing them. Research from PurpleSec has found that mobile phishing attacks have grown at a consistent rate of 85% annually since 2011, with 75% of the phishing sites analyzed by PurpleSec in 2021 specifically targeting mobile devices.
Yeah. Okay, this is really cool. I'm trying to I was screwing with my overlay, unfortunately, so of course, like I missed half the story, but the app runs in the background. The app never stores browsing activity, shares data with third parties. These are all good things that people care about. You know, I'll tell you this, okay? And I've said this on the show many times. First of all, it's not a universal truth, but Israeli-based cybersecurity companies are typically awesome, okay? Like, if you don't have any information other than the company is Israeli-based cybersecurity company, that is enough to be like, okay, like let's check it out. All right. There are a couple crap companies, cybersecurity companies out of Israel, but by and large, most of them are awesome, right? So that's a great sign right off the rip. Okay. This company, right? Now, this is a little bit of an ad for this product, I suppose, but mobile right now, guys, like you've got to remember that, you know, like I have to think of this when I'm developing like my website or the online course, the GRC course, or even this right here, this show. Most people nowadays, like a majority percentage, like 80% plus, consume content on their mobile phone, right? They're accessing the internet on their phone. So this device has become the main area for threat actors to want to target, you know, because basically there's a high use hit rate on the mobile device. So if you're using it, if you could develop a solution, thanks, Peter, if you can develop a tool that helps consumers protect themselves while they're on their mobile phone, why not? And that's what this thing sounds like. Plus, it's not a VPN, which is really cool because VPNs, now you're controlling your bandwidth can be screwed up, and where you're coming out, it could screw up your like local region, like a million other things. Or I mean, you can daisy chain VPNs, but you typically don't. So like if you have a corporate VPN, you wouldn't be able to get on this guy's VPN. Anyways, this is a background app. It's interesting that it runs for iOS, not Android. I think that's really cool and savvy. You know, obviously different market. Most people in the United States run iPhone. Internationally, Android has a much, much higher adoption rate. But anyways, cool product targeting mobile devices, which I think is really the a huge area to help secure.
Vulnerabilities found in airplane Wi-Fi devices, passengers' data exposed. The flaws were discovered by researchers at NETGEAR Security Labs and affect the FlexLAN FX3000 and FX2000 series wireless LAN devices made by Contec. After performing reverse engineering of the firmware, we discovered that a hidden page not listed in the wireless LAN manager interface allows to execute Linux commands on the device with root privileges, they wrote in an advisory, referring to the vulnerability tracked now as CVE 2022-36158. Hive ransom.
Okay, so check this out. It's a little, I don't want to call it salacious, but this is like newsworthy because it's airplane Wi-Fi, right? I don't understand how the passenger's data is exposed, but that's not really what I'm interested in specifically on this one. This one right here, and I had to let the dogs out, so I missed part of it, but this one right here is really interesting because obviously, guys, if you're on an airplane and you're hopping on the GoGo in flight or the Delta in flight or whatever in flight, there has to be a router on the plane, right? Like there has to be network management. Everybody sitting in their little cramped, tight seats are endpoints, and all the endpoints need to get on a network. They all have to have IP addresses, so something's got to do DHCP. Something's got to manage the traffic. That's what a router does. So obviously there's a router on the system. Now, these guys took that router and reverse engineered the firmware, so they're not like sitting on a plane like, passenger 57. They're like, oh, like I got to, route through Friendster or something like that, right? So they have the thing in a controlled lab and they reverse it. Now, what I really want to tell you here is something that you don't see all the time, but it's an opportunity to educate your R&D people. These individuals found a hidden web page that was not accessible through the front end clicking around, right? This is not uncommon. This is called security through obscurity, okay? People will, like developers or whatever, will say, oh, don't worry about this. There's no way to get there from the front. Like, there's no button to click. People can't get there. They won't know about it. It's hidden. It's fine. We don't need to worry about it. It's just there for us to be able to go to because it makes managing the device easier. This is called security through obscurity. They're obscuring it, and that's their defense. They're not putting any type of creds in front of that portal. They're not putting any type of like IP whitelisting or MAC address whitelisting or something like that where only certain devices can access it. No. If anybody types in the URL browser address bar, the right page, they go to this hidden page that has total control over the whole device, right? Including being able to open Telnet, which is wildly insecure, full access to the device. It's a Linux box, essentially, and you can run all the Linux commands. I didn't hear whether or not they said that it logs in as root or not, but it probably is running under elevated privileges. So the TLDR here is be mindful. Security through obscurity does not work, and don't think that you're the clever one who figured it out, that no one's going to find it, right? It happens all the time, so be mindful of that. And maybe you could use this story as an example if some research person or dev person is pushing back saying, that's ridiculous. No one's going to find my web page has like a garbled text generated name. So it's not like, slash hidden directory is the name of the file. It's like slash like blah, 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 blah. Like no one's going to find it, Jerry. So get up out my face. And I'm like, really? No one's going to find it? Check this out where security researchers reverse engineered the firmware and found the hidden stuff. So why don't you get up out my face and go fix this, my friend?
Where claims cyber attack on Bell Canada subsidiary. The Hive ransomware gang is claiming responsibility for an attack that hit the systems of a subsidiary of Canadian telecom giant Bell Canada. The subsidiary, Bell Technical Solutions, BTS, specializes in installing Bell services for residential and small business customers across Ontario and Quebec. While Bell has not revealed when its network was breached, Hive claims in a new entry added to its data leak blog that it encrypted BTS's systems almost a month ago on August 20th. Bell has announced that the data accessed may include the names, addresses, and phone numbers of residential and small business customers who had booked a technician's visit.
All right. Well, I mean, I would consider this critical infrastructure, at least for Canada. This looks like the leak page from Hive ransomware where they call out who their victim is. They're asking for the revenue of the company is $2 billion, it looks like. And they're saying that they have encrypted the data effective. How is this possible? So I guess it's encrypted on August. Today's August 20th. Yeah. Okay, so a month ago. They encrypted this doesn't make any sense. They encrypted it a month ago, and then they publicly disclosed it on the 15th. Like, that would mean Bell Canada has been down for like a month, right? If you go to their website right now, it's 404. So that's not good. But I don't know. Hive's no joke, guys. Hive is a top-tier ransomware threat group. They're the ones who also punched Costa Rican government in the mouth after whatever Conti became or whatever. Conti hit Costa Rican government, and then Hive came in and hit them. I would say right now, if you were doing ransomware tabletops, ransomware modeling, ransomware threat modeling, Hive would be a really good one to check out. A lot of these ransomware actors, except for like SamSam, which I don't even think SamSam exists anymore, honestly. But most ransomware threat actors are kind of operating the same playbook, either through phishing attack or buying compromised creds, or in Conti's case, buying insider threat creds. But mostly they kind of operate the same playbook, so Hive's not going to be that much different. But the fact that Hive is so successful, has really high-profile clients, and is just consistent, would make them an excellent threat actor group to simulate as part of your cybersecurity program, to test the efficacy of your operations and stuff like that.
Remember to head on over to CISOseries.com to get a great preview.
All right, cool. All right, so let's do this. Doing, 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 doing. That's gonna do it for the news portion of today's stream. Let me turn this guy down a little bit. Here we go. I am Gerald Auger. I'm also wicked excited, wicked pumped. Had a great 200th episode. What's got 2 thumbs and smiles and loves 200 episodes of the Daily Cyber Threat Briefing? This guy. All right, guys, just to give you a little teaser on what's going on today, because today, this whole week's wicked busy. But later today at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, ! Threat Gen, I think in chat will do this. David Meese, IT Cyber Dave, is going to be taking on Stacy Loki. Stacy is, many of you know Stacy. She's over at Expel. She is kind of like, she's like put on her bathing suit, and she's kicked off her flip-flops, and she's starting to wade into the ocean that is cybersecurity live streaming, and I'm really, really excited for her. This is going to be a match between her and David Meese using the Red versus Blue platform. David is red, Stacy is blue. I will be shoutcasting it. It says Tuesday at 10 a.m. That is incorrect. It is today, Monday, September 19th at 11 a.m. It will be rebroadcast on Simply Cyber's channel, so feel free to come join us. I'm excited about it. Also, thanks Angel Perez, thanks Paul Williams. Also, guys, you recognize this actor right here, Jack Scott, and everybody knows Red-Eye Demon Jerry over here. At 3 p.m. today, I hope you guys can come join me. At 3 p.m., I am competing in the Red versus Blue tournament against Jack Scott. I will be red. I will be going after her assets, trying to bring her down. She will be defending against me. I'll be full Jerry guy. Can you see the full name here? Jerry guy? I'll be full Jerry guy going after it. So if you can come support me, I'd genuinely appreciate it, and we'd have a good time. It's going to be ultra competitive. esports.threatgen.com is where you can go get all the information on the players, on the bracket, who's playing next and everything like that. So here's the games right here. Gerald versus Jackson, David versus Stacy for day 1 of the activities. I'm super excited. Can't wait. Going back to chat really quickly. Woo! There's Jax in chat. Hey, good to see you, Jax. Usha, good to see you guys. That does it for the daily cyber threat briefing. I am going to spend a few minutes, but if you got to go to work, got to run, have a wonderful day. Have a great week. I hope you got value. Thank you for 200 wonderful episodes of the daily cyber threat briefing. Elizabeth Perry, these shirts are available. If you could go to the Discord server, I might be able to get you sorted out. I wonder if I can do this. Give me a second. Can I do this? Hold on. This is me doing this in real time. Let me see if this is the right site. I'm actually ordered my wife one. I've ordered... oh my God. I've ordered my wife one. My kids want one. So they're going to get them. It's just right now they're trying to decide what name they want on the back. They're fighting over which one gets Ninja Dude. All right, here we go. I'm dropping this in chat, everybody. If you want it, Elizabeth Perry, there's the link. No, this isn't from Archon. This is from eSports Gear or something like that. Archon couldn't work with us, Kimberly. For various reasons. It's fine. Yeah, InfoSec Kid 200. Adrian, thanks for the nice wishes. Michael Starnes 200. And that's just the daily cyber threat briefing. I haven't even counted how many Simply Cyber lives we've done. I can't wait for 200 more episodes and see where we go. I'm always trying to upgrade the show, the stream, the studio, the channel, everything. 1% at least a day. You see the overlays, you see the exits, you see the videos. So who knows where we're going to be. Maybe I won't be in the corner of a room after 200. Also, fun fact, if you guys haven't seen, I've been flipping out on social media about my my flipper. Can we zoom in on this? Yeah, my flipper. This is like a hacker tool for geeks, which I self-identify with. This thing can pump out RFC, NFC, RFID, wireless, 125 gigahertz. Like, I'm not a big wireless hack goob, but like this device, it can control every TV in my house right now. It can also make purchases at stores that accept touch payment. Like it's everything. I'm trying to work on, it can play Doom also. I'm trying to work on getting it to open my garage door, but that's a little bit more complicated because of rolling codes, but that's all right. William Ayers, yeah, it's the Flipper Zero. Love it. I actually ordered the wireless dev board. That should be here pretty soon. Hey, Casually Joseph. Hey, Jim Lund. Yeah, oh, yeah. Haircut Fish, my man. Yeah, Dan Reardon. Yeah, it's very cool. It's very cool. I will do a video on it, Kimberly. I'm actually doing some research on like maybe, I don't know, like 3 or 4 labs. I'd really like, in my mind, I want the video that I do for this to start off with me just like turning on a TV and then opening a garage, like quick little clips of me doing like stuff with the Flipper Zero, and then do the video on how I, did all of those things and what the Flipper Zero is and stuff like that. So we'll see. Thanks, Jax. Appreciate it. I just, I know we're running late right now, but this is just feel good hangout time. Got to get those push-ups in. Yeah. I haven't played the Tamagotchi part of it, honestly. I've actually flashed the firmware. There's a huge dev community for it, so it comes with its own firmware from the Flipper Zero community, but I stumbled into one called Flipper Unleashed, which is a kind of a bad boy Flipper firmware feed. Again, I'm not using it for illegal purposes, so I don't mind wading into the waters of bad boy stuff. So it is sick. All right, love it, Chris Weaver. Yeah, Jeremy Williams, it's cool. It is cool. I will tell you, though, I had to wait like 6 months for it. So when you order it, be aware. It takes a minute. It takes a minute. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks so much, Haircut Fish. All right, guys, I hope you guys have a wonderful day again. Thank you for 200 episodes. Thanks, Elizabeth Perry. Enjoy your day. Guys, I'm Gerald Auger. This is the Daily Cyber Threat Briefing. 200 episodes. Let's do 200 more. I'll see you guys at 11 for the Threat Gen tournament. Be good, everybody.